Hello viewers, my name is Tochi. I'm a medical practitioner. We'll be discussing on some health related issues. But today we'll be discussing about some first aid management. In some areas where some persons don't even have the knowledge, you see people dying even before their time. So please just listen and be blessed. Today we'll be discussing about the first aid management of some minor ailments or some minor emergencies we normally have at home. Some persons don't have that idea, and that is why we are here. I'm here to discuss about it. So first we'll be discussing about fever. Now, what is fever? Fever is when a body temperature is above 36.4 to 37.2 degrees Celsius. So once you observe that a body temperature is above 36.4, it's above 37.2, you know that the person is having fever. So what are the things you're supposed to do as a person is having fever? You can expose the child, like removing their clothes, or even the adult, you can remove the person's clothes. This is not the time for you to start looking for hoodie and some sweaters to wear. This is not the time for you to do that. It's just for you to expose yourself, expose the child. Then the next thing you need to do is also to give the child or the person that is having fever, give the person enough fluid. Fluid helps to reduce the body temperature. Then you can take a sponge or warm sponge to the patient. It's really, really important. Once you see somebody having fever or an adult, whether it's an adult or a child, just give the person, you take a sponge the person or you warm sponge the person. So another thing you need to do is to put on the fans if there's light, put on the AC. And sometimes even people with fever they tend to like have some shivering condition or so. The way you see that, you don't need to panic. What you need to do is just to use a light cloth, wear the person a light cloth. Then you can, if the person feet extremities are cold, maybe the hand or the feet, you can use a light socks, wear the person, and don't force the person to eat. Allow them to take sips or eat food the way they can tolerate so that you don't induce vomiting in them. So this is what we have under fever. Then we have another thing we need to discuss. First aid management we need to discuss. We'll be talking about this convulsion, because I observe that most persons don't really know what to do when a child or an adult is convulsing. The moment they see somebody convulsing, they just feel maybe one thing is wrong with the person, maybe an attack or something. It's not usually done that way. Once you observe somebody convulsing, you don't need to panic, you just stay calm. Then the first thing you need to do for the person is to take the person away from things that you know will harm the person, because at that point the person doesn't really know what is wrong with him or her. She doesn't know or he doesn't know what is going on around his environment. So once you observe such thing, the person shift the person to a place that is safe so that the person don't get him or herself injured. Then you remove tight clothing. Most persons, when they see people convulsing, you see them running away. No, once you observe that, maybe if the person is wearing a tight belt or maybe a shirt that is so tight on the neck, just remove those things. Then you observe the person, shift the person away, like I said, from things that will harm the person and remove their tight clothing. Then don't force the person to stop convulsing. Don't force it at all. It has phases and it will gradually come to an end. If it's a child, I observe that people, when a child is convulsing, they tend to put spoon and everything inside the child's mouth. No, you're going to injure the child. You're going to dislocate the jawbone. So it's important you don't put hard things on the person's mouth or even force the person to open mouth. You see them putting spoons, doing all sorts of things. No, you don't need to do that. Instead of putting spoon in the person's mouth, you can actually use a soft pad. It will help the person a lot so that the person does not cling his teeth to his tongue or something. So it's better you just use a soft pad. It will help them a whole lot. Then I observe people put their person convulsing. Maybe if it's a child, they normally put them in hot fire. You see them, I'll be like, what is the mechanism behind this? This is not right. Once you see a child convulsing, it is not the time for you to cause more harm to that person or to that child. At least don't hurt the person yourself. So don't put the person's hand into fire because it will burn. I've had series of patients that comes with such complaint. You see them putting their hands in fire. At the end of the day, the children will grow up. They will even have burns and they will be admitted in the hospital. This is something they would have, as in, because they don't have the idea about it, they just keep doing it. So this is something they would have prevented, and you see them at the end of the day spending more. So please, once you see someone convulsing, don't put the hand into fire. Allow the person, allow the person. It will actually come to an end. So once the person is okay, you can take the person to the hospital for further diagnosis and treatment.